Howdy, folks. Welcome to uh, Soldering with Javi, or Chat with Javi, or whatever you want to do. Here we go. I'm picking up a little before my show today because I just finished getting ahead. I was going to do it on the show, but that's you've seen enough of me putting together front panels. So I've been working toward. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I got to see. I want to get ahead. And welcome. Feel free to put some posts in the comments as I pick up my mess here. Do a little bit of cleanup. Just to stand back and decide what I want to do next. So if anybody has any suggestions as far as what they'd like to see me do, feel free to put them in the posts and I'll see if they're feasible or not. All right, so got all the wires out of the way. Boxes numbers 17, 18, 19, and 20 are ready to go. I'll be shipping them out soon. However, I'm waiting on motors for the, and I have to finish the cables for a couple of them. But let's see, I expect 17 and, or rather, 17 and 19 will be out fairly soon. In the meantime, let's see what I got here. Let me put these things over here. This goes here. This goes down here. I want to clean out the desk because what's left on the desk is cuttings and stuff like that, and I just want to just sweep it into the garbage. Goes over here. See, now I did a wonderful thing today. I dropped my entire thing of heat shrink. So the floor right now is littered with heat shrink. That's no fun, but it is what it is. Okay. This goes here. This goes here. These go here. This goes down here. I don't see any comments. Wonder if anybody's, I got 2 people watching. Let's see here. Getting ready to start sweeping up the stuff. Okay. You know, there's nothing worse than... Oh, there you are, Dave. Yeah. Didn't see you there. How's it going, Dave?
Am I in?
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm just doing some pickup here before the show, or rather, during the show, I guess. Just trying to, well, you know how it is. You can't work in a messy environment. Well, you could, but you end up being less productive. Hey, Steve, how are you? Good to see you out there. Keeping those websites up and running, which is important in today's day and age, where we all need as you can see by 6 people watching me clean up my place, is we have an excess of um, lack of entertainment, whatever you want to call it. So, let's see here. Alrighty. That's one. None of this is usable. Hey, Dean. Hey, Paul. How's it going? Okay. I am just about set up here. At least the table is. So yeah, the table was so messy that it was little by little, this was getting shoved aside until it fell in between the cracks and then scattered all over the floor. That's no fun. Put my test motor away. So pretty soon, I mean, this will be the last week of soldering with Javi, but I'll come up with something else because I mean, pretty much the soldering's done. I mean, the boxes are all caught up. I'll be hopefully out there in the homestead doing some stuff. I hope to, now that I'm
Maybe a little scrolling with Javi.
maybe a little scrolling with Javi. That sounds like a good idea. I do have a certain scroll saw that I bought from a certain Mr. Gatton that sitting out here. In fact, when I say sitting out here, I mean literally. Give me a second. So when I say sitting out here, I mean literally sitting out here. This is a nice little toy that I will eventually be working on.
Man, that's awesome. Whoever built that must be really cool.
I'm telling you, some genius guy built this. Had to be a woodworker, couldn't be a CNC
Yeah.
guy because CNC guys are not woodworkers. So
I just followed the awesome plans that Steve Carmichael had. Those are Steve Carmichael's plans for that
yep, absolutely.
thing.
Be right back. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna grab my
I guess
broom.
I should say hello to these fellas. I see my name.
Oh yeah,
Hello,
absolutely.
Dean. Hello, let's see, Paul. Hi, Steve. Hi, Clyde. Hi, Dennis. I don't think I missed anybody. All right. Yeah, I think I got everybody.
There you go.
Hello, one and all.
Yep. Oh boy, what a mess. The floor is filled with heat shrink tubing of all different sizes, but it's also filled with cut wires of all different sizes.
I suppose I should tell your viewers that I'm not trying to be rude, but if you see me looking off to the side here or get up and leave in a hurry, I've got my machine running and I'm watching it on the camera right here. So,
Yep.
as well as doing other administrative things here in the office.
Yeah, Dave is just, we're all here just doing our own little things there and stuff, and we're happy you came along for the ride, and feel free to comment, ask questions. I mean, I'm here to answer them. If you have any questions regarding, well, hobby box, the electronics of controllers, CNC in general, signage, construction, heck, we've done it all. I certainly feel I have. It's a good life. Let's see, what do we got here? There now. You have NEMA 23425 and DM 2 steppers trying to figure out my best option for Dennis Mills. Okay, so you have NEMA 23s and 542 steppers, right? Trying to figure out the best option for Bob for parallel port. You're not going to get any help from us because we're going to tell you the same thing that we always tell people. Just there is no particular favorite Bob that we have. I mean, whatever's on Amazon and cheap is a Bob is a Bob. All it is it's literally a breakout board. It is a board that plugs in, taps into, breaks out the 25 connectors. There's no technology to it whatsoever. It's 25 electrical connections coming that are being tapped into on your parallel port. So if that's the question you're asking, which one's better than which, they're all the same. Just make sure, I mean, I if it works when you get it home, it works. It's unless somebody did a poor job manufacturing it, which is really hard to believe. They're all the same. Oh, here's a new one. Was that your question, Dennis, or how to hook it up? If it's how to hook it up, it depends on your machine. It depends on everyone hooks up theirs differently, and that's something that if you don't know how to do it, I'll be happy to help wherever I can, but those are the kind of things you got to research on YouTube or figure out for yourself by trial and error. But I can't help you much with the parallel port because I've given up on parallel ports. I was going to sell a parallel port version of my Javi box, but there's no point. Anybody with a parallel computer has a USB computer, and the USB works 10 times as it's cheaper, it works better, more efficiently, and you've got the outputs and inputs and the spindle control built in. Not to mention the MPG control, the control for a manual pulse generator, the a pendant, but it's got to be the right pendant. You can't just put any pendant on these things because some of them they won't work with it. Let's see. Evening, Marcelo. How are you? And any other questions? Throw them at me, Dennis. I'll be happy to answer them. What am I saving from the floor? I spilled this. I spilled basically this box fell on the floor and spilled all my heat shrink tubing. So that is what I'm saving from the floor. And I still got a lot of it here. And every single one of these is money that if I throw them all away, I end up charging my customers more money for a box that I'm basically not making any money on, but I'm not going to lose any money on it. So I don't like throwing away money, so there we go. But all picked up. And except for one tie wrap, we're all good to go here. Alrighty. Let's see. Yep, everybody's doing well. Everybody's doing well. And now that I've got them all nice and picked up, I'll put them back in my little area. And I'll show you the stuff. This is basically my this is my wonderful little production area here. Let's see, what am I missing? I'm missing this box is down here, should go down here. Yep. Yeah, the parts bin rack from this place from Harbor Freight is fantastic. I got to tell you, I'm very, very happy with it. I mean, I for those of you that saw me the first few first 3 or 4 that I built, I mean, the stuff was everywhere. I'd have to stop doing. I'd have to when I'm soldering connectors, and then I'm going on to tinning stuff, so I got to move all the connectors out of the way, and this now it's all completely organized, nice and neat. Got a few of these left to slap together just to have extra, the e-stops, and it's all good. I gotta probably during the next week in the evenings. I mean, during the days, now I got all my days free to work on. I got all my days free to work on the property, and you'll see me not only working on the property, but you'll see me catching up on my videos. I've got about 8 months of property videos, of Make Room for Javi videos that I'm sure you guys have been looking out for, and pretty soon they'll all be out there. Probably going to do 3 or 4 a week when I get them all edited, because I've got the footage. I just haven't edited them. And aside from that, I'm going to work a little more on cutting some bamboo, things outside. And in the evenings, I can't do anything outside. It's all dark. There's no lights. And so I'm going to basically, I've got, I mean, you see I've got 4 boxes there ready to go. That one box, that's, I'm missing stepper drivers for it, but pretty soon. And the last 2, I'm going to put it together as best as I can, so I have them ahead of time for when somebody needs one. I'll be, and then they purchase it on my place. It'll only be like a week turnaround, or maybe even a couple days. Do I do project videos? I used to. I do occasionally. There are some on my channel. I'm holding off on promising any project videos until the new shop is built, until I move to my location. If you look at Make Room for Javi, it's basically, it was me starting a woodworking channel, but the idea was, you'll see this episode 1, the idea is to clean out, I have 4 single car garage rooms full of stuff. And at the time I also had 2 warehouses full of stuff, and 2 trailers. So I decided to start organizing everything, dump what I could, sell what I could, and keep the good stuff. And it turns out that I still did not have enough room. I did clean out the warehouses, they're gone. So no more wasting money renting warehouses. But as a result, my place filled up again, and even my attic. You can see that all in the videos. So, my wife and I were talking, and eventually we're going to be moving to Central Florida, so from Miami. So bought a location, 5 acres, and from episode 17, Make Room for Javi is my journey from a shop tour where I'm walking over my stuff, to episode number 17, where I bought this land and it is completely, cluttered with trees. You couldn't walk. I didn't even know what there was underneath. And I didn't even realize there was a lake behind it. It was that brush heavy. I saw the map, but I thought all that brush belonged to the lake. Turns out, after clearing it, holy cow, I've got a lakefront. And so I've been mapping the place out. I've been clearing it out. I've been, you'll see me doing a lot of log cutting and a lot of splitting wood and everything. And then got the container. And about the time I got the container back in September, and I've done a lot to it over the last 6 months, and I've even got the well. You guys haven't seen, for those of you that have been following my channel, you haven't seen the well digging videos, the professional well digging videos. I also tried to dig one on my own. That didn't work. So all these things you'll be catching up on soon. So the video series is basically me getting my shop together. So it starts with, like I said, my old place, the purchase of the new place, clearing out the land. Pretty soon I'll be purchasing I'll be getting the permit. I'll show you guys the plans that I make. I'm going to be doing the permit. I've got over 18 years in construction, so I'll be doing all the work myself. And basically building an entire house, a pretty decent sized one, and putting a steel building for a shop. So you'll be seeing the building of the shop. You'll be seeing the building of the house from start to finish, from rough to CO. And I'll probably build a dock. I'll definitely be building a pool. So all these things you'll God willing, you'll be seeing in the near future. I've done a lot of videos already of mostly of the clearing of the land, but there's no point in building a property out here and taking a construction loan when we're not ready to move yet until the kids are out of school. So I've just been coming here to take my time and clear the place out. But probably by the end of the year, we hope to break ground by the end of the year. So if not, certainly by the beginning of next year. And well, that's it. So now, at the end of all of this, and after the move, that's when I'll go back into high gear and do shop videos, because I'll have my shop. This is all about the journey to get my shop, and then after I have my shop, that's another phase. That's another page in the story. That's it in a nutshell, guys. Hey, Big D, how's it going? And Dave, when you're ready, Dave Clemens, when you're ready to purchase your CNC, I mean your controller. Look at that. Look at that. See that? I've actually even made this because you said, "Oh, I'm thinking of buying one." I'm thinking, well, okay. I figure, let me get ahead, because I'm pretty soon going to be caught up, and the only thing I'm waiting on now is motors, because the 10 millimeter motors are not available. So I am probably going to be working on the 8 millimeter variety. So if anybody's thinking of buying a Javi box with motors, before you, or make sure you talk to me before you purchase your dumpster CNC or your couplers. Make sure you know which one you're getting from me. Or, I mean, I'll give you an option. I'm basically going to do a mail out now. I've got some 8 millimeter shafts coming in now, but if somebody wants the 10 millimeter shafts, they can wait a month, and I'll have them too, but it won't be in for another month. 1/4 inchers are not available, or they are, but they're very hard to get. So I'm more than happy to do dual shaft 1/4 inch if that's what you want, but they're going to run you about $20 to $30 each more per motor, and I frankly don't think it's worth it. Not at all. So yeah, no pressure, Big D. I built a new place in 17. Oh, that's great, Dean. Yeah, I've got 5 acres out here, and it's some days I think it's not enough. Some days I think it's too much. So it must be good. Must be perfect. Oh, let me see. Let me see what the email is. Hang on a second. I must have missed the email. Stand by. Let's see. Oh, stand by. Got an important call here.
Hey, Patrick's. I think Javi's having some, or maybe he muted it. He might have muted it. So I guess, are you handling business, Javi?
Yeah, give me a second, Dave. I'm
Okay.
handling
Okay.
business.
All right. I didn't know whether I was supposed to talk or
Yeah, go ahead and keep them company for in the meantime.
okay. Okay. Hey, Patrick's. What's happening, bud? I'm just looking to see what it looks like. It's all Dean and Dave Clemens and the Patricks here. Y'all get your government stimulus today. Everybody's been getting it. I hadn't checked lately, but I hadn't got anything this morning, so they probably forgot about old Dave. Hey, Jack Jack.
I'm back here. Let me see what's going on here.
Paul, I'm cutting some components for the trophy for the quarantine CNC challenge. And I'm cutting it as we speak right now because I'm looking at my security camera screen right off to the right here and keeping an eye on it. That's why you see me get up every once in a while and go out there and vacuum up some chips and stuff like that. That's funny, Dean. Yeah, should be pretty cool, Paul. It's got probably another I don't know, hour or so to run. And that's only one piece of it. I got a bunch of stuff. I want to make it nice, man. I mean, we've had some good response with the challenge. I got, I think, 16 or 17 entries, and we're just now to the what was originally the deadline, April 15th, but I extended it because everybody's quarantine got extended. So I just went ahead and moved it back to the end of April, and probably get a few more entries. We had some really good ones, really funny ones too. Yeah, 3D carving. Yeah, you could call it that. It's uh, it's on my rotary axis. Trying to get all fancy and stuff. Dean says, I really like your video. Which video are you talking about? Because I got a few of them. I don't I don't know which one you're talking about. Dave Clemens says, we got ours today, but saving it sounds like your check does not come off the top of next year's refund. Well, I know mine won't because I don't get refunds.
Yep.
Not if I can help it. I don't like to let them have money of mine tax free, interest free all year long to spend on silly stuff. Oh, the last one with the Christ on the cross. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. Wasn't as big as I wanted to make it. I wanted to make it bigger, but I tried it on that was like my third one to make. I tried it on some bigger things, and the first piece of wood, I thought it was going to be really pretty, but it wasn't. It took away from the whole thing. so I didn't like it. But yeah, I'll probably be doing another one, and I've got one of a 3D one of the Last Supper too. I'd like to do. Uh, like to do one of those.
Oh boy. Every time I try to access my computer lately, it's just there's something going on with my setup where I can't seem to access it. And then I got to call
The
home to have them reboot it. Oh well. Anyway, go on.
one in
I'm
Miami
back.
you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, the one in Miami. Yeah, because I need to get some information from it,
Yeah.
and it's not an easy thing. But in the meantime, um, yeah, and getting back to you, Dave Clemens. As soon as I can read those messages, I will. Because I did answer you to one of my messages, to a mess. Oh, just I did respond to one of them, but right now I'm not on that account, and since I'm on StreamYard, I can't switch accounts. It's really weird. Or can I? Let's find out.
The nice thing about StreamYard Hobby is if you knock yourself off, you come right back in. It's not
Yeah.
like the old Hangout thing,
Yep. Yep. Let's
as
see.
we well know I've done a few times.
Yeah.
So that's how I know that, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I don't like that.
Verification codes drive me up the wall. Yes, it's B. Stop asking. There we go. Now I see all the. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So, anyways, what's let me see. I can't see the screen. Are there any questions?
Let's see. I don't see any. Everybody's
Just
talking about the stimulus or lack thereof.
yes. We
Let's see. Dave Clemens wants to know the diameter of the dumpster CNC coupler. Are you talking about the bore size?
they have three. They have as whichever one you want. You have to tell them which size.
Yeah, they've got
They've got quarter, 8
quarter.
millimeter. It's 10 millimeter.
Yeah, they got 6, 8, and 10 millimeter, and then quarter, 3/8, and half. Imperial. And they got a little drop down box where you select which one you want.
Let's see here. Okay, here it is. Okay. I was looking for my. I always forget what my link is. Okay, so give me a second.
Okay, Dave. So you said you have the version for the Xylotech setup, right? Which do you are you keeping stepper motors, or did you buy those as well when you bought the hobby box?
Well,
Or
he hasn't bought it yet. He's trying to decide which one to get.
oh, okay, okay. It
Um,
says he sold his Xylotech. So I was just trying to figure out if he already had steppers.
oh, this is Clemens or
Yeah, Dave
Dave
Clinton.
Clemens. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. What do you have now? Um,
Because if you still have the stepper motors that were
well, no,
Xylotechs, those
the
will be 1/4 inch.
yeah, those stepper
But
motors.
if you
Yeah.
didn't have those, or you sold them with the other, with the box, then yeah, you'll need to know what size. Where's my darn?
Okay, so that's. Let me see what this is. 120. Let's see. It's let's see here. what was it that? Okay, so that was this. Sorry, folks. I'm drafting a letter here, but I should be with you shortly. And all right. Let's see where we're at. Okay, folks. Sorry, let me catch up on the messages and stuff. Government check, pays for my hobbies. Wonderful thing. Yeah, diameter is the dumpster coupler. Got that. Inside. Yeah, if you, I mean, there's no point in buying the steppers separate because the price I'm charging you. I mean, unless you you want to, but the price I'm charging you for the steppers is the price that you'd be buying it online on Amazon for. And with mine, they're pre-wired with a length of cable and the aviation connectors. If you buy the box alone, you get basically a 1 foot strip of aviation connector. You're going to have to add your own wire. You're going to have to figure out how to wire it. I mean, you're more than you're of course you're free to do that if that's the case or money's an issue. But I mean, we're not talking the difference in money, so it's just your time. And yeah, Clyde, my bench is pretty clean right now. I just finished cleaning it up. Yeah, the lead screws. The best place to get the lead screws is is Mastercar. It's Hey Jim, how's it going? Welcome. And I am service. I haven't tried that. But then again, I made mine so long ago. Today's soldering with Javi is going to be a chat with Javi because I'm not soldering tonight. I'm done pretty much with most of the boxes. It's raining outside. It's we're looking at a little bit of a cold front here, which is nice. It's about it's a bone chilling 68, 69 degrees. Yep, enough with the soldering, indeed. Probably during the next week. I'm not going to be. I mean, I was busy all day finishing up the last couple boxes that I have on order. I'm waiting for some motors to come in. Let me see how long, just out of curiosity, how long they take, because that's the big delay right now is steppers and motors. So anyway, this is wow, have they raised this price? Still, it's reasonable. And they only got two. My God, Stepper Online is getting ridiculous with their prices. They really are. Guess it's my fault for buying so many things from them. Yeah. Okay, so I've got some steppers, and let's see, May 7th. Yep, drinking Diet Coke with Javi. Yep, that's correct, Robert. I'm in cleanup, ship 'em out mode right now. And let's see, I am short one. Okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna do, if I can do it. Oh, just started pouring now. That's a beautiful thing. I'm looking up some wonderful information here. I'm checking on the status of the motors so I know what kind of turnaround I have.
Guess I should go out and check that thing again. I get
Yeah.
sitting here and I can't hear it. I just only see it.
Hmm.
And it's a good thing I have a lot of confidence in my machine.
Yeah.
Because I actually forgot about it. I thought, oh, nuts. I haven't looked at it in a while. But no flame, so it's all good.
Yep. That's a beautiful thing. Part of it. That would be a problem.
Yeah, let me run out there, check it real quick.
Yeah. And I am checking one more thing here, one more place. So many checks and balances on these computers here. Alrighty. Okay, folks, let's see here. That would be 5 of those. 5, 7, 3, 4, 3. Okay, I can deal with that. And 5. Add the cart. So see that? While you guys are here with me, I'm hang on a second. And there we go. While you guys are here with me, purchasing stuff online. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Okay, let's see. All right. back to the StreamYard, folks. All right, let's see. Let's see. I used to have a small business 30 years ago called Michigan Arbor. We made arbors. That's pretty good. That's, were you part of, okay, Dean, you know what I'm going to ask you. Were you part of the Arbor Foundation? I had to throw that in there. Let's see. Yep, have a good one, Dean. Let's see. Do I use the 4204S steppers, Dave? Not the 3504. I use the 4204s. And I mean, it's your call. I could probably get the box out to you a lot faster if you buy the steppers yourself. Because I mean, heck, I'll have the box finished. The only thing I got to buy are the stepper drivers and the power supply. So we're probably looking at, you'll probably get it by the second week of May at the latest. Because if I order now, they will not send me stuff before May 7th. Yes, the 4.2 amp version. They will not send me stuff before May 6th, May 7th because of COVID. So I have enough material here to make the box. I have the fans. I have the small power supplies. I have the box. I have the front panel. I have all the connectors. So all the, as you've seen me do, all the soldering intensive and the hard work stuff will be taken care of. The only thing I will have to do is wait for the steppers to come in, the stepper drivers. Wait for the drivers to come in. I've got extra connectors on purpose. I purchased a slew of connectors. So everything will be wired. All I got to do is connect the 36 volt power supply and the connectors, and I'm good to go. The drivers. So the box will be, if anybody buys one now, I mean, we're looking at, again, I'm not going to buy materials with my money and have it sitting around. So if anybody wants one, absolutely put your order in, and I'll place the order for stuff. You know, it's funny. I mean, before this whole thing started, I can get them in, I can get the materials in 3-4 days. And now that I've got boxes built, I can't get the materials for 2 weeks. But it is what it is. In the meantime, the next couple weeks, I'm going to have a lot of fun relaxing here at the property and sharing with you guys, I don't know, some more videos. How'd it go, Dave?
It's going good.
How's the carve going?
I think it's got about 30 minutes or so left. It was, I must have miscalculated a while ago because it's not going to be as long as
that's good.
I thought.
Yeah, I hear you, Clyde. Amazon says shipping in May, and then they only take 2 days. The only issue with that is if it says shipping in May, I can't order it here because I'm heading home May 4th. So if it says May 7th and then it comes early, well, it'll come early to my house, and that's fine. But I have to order it at my house because if it is right on time, then I won't be here to collect it. In other words, I can't order it here hoping that it'll be early. It's an issue of logistics. But eventually, you know, if I get enough orders, I'll probably have 2 or 3 spare Javi boxes made up. But I mean that it'll. They're not coming in anywhere near fast enough for me to justify a an extra box. Um, you know, I like the sound of rain, Dave. I like the sound of rain next to the on the container. When it's funny when you're relaxed and you don't have any worries, it's a wonderful sound. When you're rushing to get something done, it's a torturous sound. That's funny.
Clyde, I see Marcelo's helping you with the lead screws, looking at a different site. Just make sure you get the right thing, because other people have tried to buy it cheaper somewhere else and they end up getting the wrong
Yeah,
thing. It
they're
doesn't.
not. What is it? 10 star? No, 5 star.
It's
Two.
it's a 2 turns per inch 5 star, but
Right,
sometimes the way manufacturers list it, they you got to know whether the TPI stands for thread per inch or turns per inch,
right.
and it's confusing to a lot of people. So if you can find them out somewhere else and get them cheaper, that's fine. Just make sure it's the same thing as what the other one is, or because I've seen other people buy them and then they go, well, I can't get this to go through the cup or the Acme nut. It won't go through there. And, I tore this one up trying to get it in there. And then I go, well, where'd you get your lead screws? And it's somewhere else. And I said, well, send me the link. And he sent it. And it was
Yep,
2 star 5 turn instead of 5 star 2 turn.
yep.
So just be careful. That's all I'm saying. I don't make anything no matter where you buy them. So it don't matter to me.
So you said I am
I make
service.
because
I mean, he
I
said
know
I.
it's the right place.
Yeah, he said I am service, but I'm not on the right place. Hang on a second.
It's IMS service, I
Oh,
think,
IMS service.
and I believe
Gotcha.
they're the same people that made those crummy couplers, those springy ones.
Oh God, I am never going to that place. Just for if they are indeed. Nope. Apparently. Okay, you guys got to give me the link here because I have no idea. Half 10 5 star. Yeah, that's
How much are they?
says they're cheaper and they come in 2, 3, 4, and 6 foot lengths. That's good to know.
Well, what's a 6 foot length run?
Yeah, I got mine for 42. Was it? I don't even remember what I got mine for. It's been so long.
Yeah, I don't have any idea what their. Well, yeah, I do too, and you won't like their Acme nuts because if it's
I've torn them apart. They're horrible. They're lightweight. They suck.
and it won't, and it's not going to fit the little thing I have already in that part.
Right. Yeah, that was the other thing. That
I
was
mean, like I said, you can get whatever you want. I don't care, but I'm just saying, I designed it around certain parts, and it works best with those.
IMS Supply. That's the name of the
Is that
place.
what it is? I can't find it either.
Yeah, I just did a Google search. IMS supply. There we are. Okay, components. That might be the one. I don't know.
I don't know if that's them or not.
They sell servo products. But I'm
Anybody
looking.
got a clarification on it? IMSRV is what Dave Clemens says.
Okay, IMS RV.
That's what he said. I used to have a
IMS
bookmark, but
RV.
like I said, after I tried to use them that one time, I thought, nope, that ain't what I want.
There we go. Okay. IMS RV. All right. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's IM service, not IMS service.
Yeah, the thing is, I tried to type in imservice.com and that was completely different. It's a website thing. Here we go. 10 to half 10 2 start, half 10 5 start. There it is. $84?
For a 6 foot length,
That seems a little expensive.
that's about twice what McMaster is.
Yeah. Oh no, it says here your price $38.49, which is about $4 cheaper than McMaster.
Yeah, $4 cheaper. Of course, we don't know what the shipping's going to be.
Yeah, McMaster charges me an arm and a leg for shipping, but if you're ordering 3 lead screws, it's almost the same as you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about. Well, I don't know. For me, it's about $20 for shipping if I buy a tube of 3 of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I said, I don't care where you get them. Don't make any difference to me. Just I don't want you to have problems. Just make sure you get, you're getting comparing apples to apples.
I'll tell you what though, the Acme lead nut looks exactly like the ones that you. Yeah, they're actually the lead nut.
They're close, but they ain't. They're not the same.
They're okay.
I don't think. I didn't like any of their stuff. The Acme nuts I still got some out there.
The backlash nut.
I won't.
Yeah.
I won't use them.
What I want to see
Once
is the.
CNC got back up and running after that tornado, I bought a set and then swapped them out and put the ones from IMS in the drawer.
I need to know where the couplers are though. I don't see any here. Let's see. Do they have a search? Let's see. CNC routers. Ah, here he goes. See, this is the part that I don't like. Flexible motor shaft couplings. I don't want flexible motor shaft couplings. Yeah, those are the ones. Those are horrible. Those are definitely the ones.
I'm not a fan of their cheesy website either.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just a plain service site. It's a.
It doesn't look. It just doesn't look good to me. But
Yeah, I might take a chance on the other stuff, but there is no way that I'm taking a chance on those couplers. I already did take a chance. It was the worst thing ever. And they don't sell millimeter ones anyways.
yeah, that's like I said, people can buy whatever they want. It makes absolutely no difference to me. I just hate when somebody does trying to save a few bucks, and then they have trouble because I already know if they buy exactly what I put on there, they're not going to have any trouble.
Yeah.
Because everything will fit perfect. And I cannot vouch for that other stuff. But I understand trying to save a nickel here and there, but on that kind of thing, that's not where you want a shortcut, I don't think.
No, definitely not.
But that's just me. All right. I'm getting all official here.
Manual pulse generator MPG pendant. $189. Wow. Buy them online for $84. Well, this is online, but yeah, that's
You know, I
some.
can't even remember the last time I used mine. Any of them on
I
any machine, but you know,
yeah.
I don't have one. I don't have one connected to my Avid, which I could move the one from my Gatton over there, but the one on my Gatton, I can't even tell you the last time
Yeah.
it's it's got that magnetic thing and it's stuck to that metal kiosk, and I don't ever pull it off. I don't haven't used it in a long time.
Wow, they got some expensive. Starting at $1,049. Oh no, let me see. Nope, $1,500 for a controller.
15, is that for a 4-axis?
That's for a 4-axis. They're out of their minds. Well, they're not out of their minds. It's just, you know, they're making a profit. All right, let me close all these windows and get back to StreamYard here. All right. Hey, Patrick's, how's it going? I saw him there earlier. No, I was not on the phone with my wife. It's one of my clients from FIU. Let's see, what do we got here?
Well, that's a new one.
What's that?
I just got an email from some company selling pet insurance.
A company selling pet insurance?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not even going to click on it. But it says your pet needs insurance coverage.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Well, so do I.
Yeah, really.
Besides, my two butts got it made here. You can't get any better for them.
And yes, I ship to Canada.
Oh, I see. Let's see, what am we looking at here? Is this what you were looking at? The IM service servo system comparison, the stepper motors, or I mean the controller thing?
Yeah, the one that's $14.95 for 4-axis.
I don't see any prices. I guess I clicked on the wrong thing. That's like a comparison. I wanted to see what. I can't even navigate this website. It's what I'm on the lead screw page now. How do you get back to the home thing where the menu is?
Dave Clemens, yes, the drivers are rated for 4.2. So, not a problem. The TB6600s are not. The Xylotex is not. The Xylotex uses TB6600 drivers built into one board. Well, one version of the early version of the Xylotex did. I wasn't a fan, but you will notice from the 542. Let me see here. You should be able to make out where the heck is it? Right there. 4.2 amp. And again, that's peak. That's not, you know, we're not talking ridiculous. Most of the time, these things are running under 2 amps, tops. Amp to an amp and a half. I've done a lot of tests on them, actual tests, and I mean, we're talking at most, all 4 motors running at the same time are drawing maybe 6 amps. So it's not certainly not an issue for the power supply. And, you know, I don't know, people go crazy with that. You know, oh, I got to get 4 10-amp power supplies for, you know, or whatever. Or all these places will sell you 4 3-amp power supplies or 4-amp power supplies. And then you've got a box the size of Mount Rushmore. Maybe not quite that big. When it could be done with 1 10-amp supply. But I don't like setting the driver for a few less amps for one reason. I mean, you could absolutely set it for a lower rate, but then when it is needed, in those, when it says peak, that means peak. That means if it's required because there's a drag or there's a or there's problem one way or another, whether it's resistance or whether it's a delayed signal, if that extra split second of current is needed, you want it there. Because if not, that's when they stall or that's when they lose steps. So you're better off not. You're better off running it at the recommended speed. Now, again, it's all about matching it. You know, you want the system matched. You want if you're running a 4.2 peak motor, run it at 4.2 peak with a 4.2 peak driver. You know, yeah, you can go overkill on the driver if you want. You can get an 856 or a 556 and run it at a lower rate, but that's not gonna make any difference except you just spent more money on a more expensive driver. Just like you can get a NEMA 34, but you know, 425 ounces is overkill for the machine, or just about right, if not a little overkill. You know, in my opinion, if you have a very large, unrecommendedly oversized Gatton, then you need 400 ounce. If you have a regular size Gatton, a 4x4 or something in that range, 269 ounce is fine. You know, and anything else, you're just spending more money for. You can call it insurance if you like. You can call it throwing away your money, whichever way you're happy looking at it. But the driver will run it. It's not going to run it at 3 amps. It's going to run it at whatever speed it needs. These are really maximum values more than anything else. The motor's the one that's going to draw that. And the motor draws it depends on the resistance. It's like the very similar concept, and I'm putting this extremely simplified, but it's a similar concept to the alternator in your car engine. Your alternator, you've got a 120 amp alternator or a 170 amp or a 90 amp alternator. Let's talk about older cars. You got a 90 amp alternator in your car. It's not going to be running at 90 amps. Most of the time, once your battery's charged, it's going to be running at, in the older cars, maybe 5, 10 amps. Okay, maybe 30 if your lights are on. You know, it's going to be compensating for the loss from the motor. You know, using the energy for the spark plugs, and from all the electrical components. Which in the newer cars now it's a much bigger draw, so they require higher but fancier alternators. Now, like I said, it's only going to if you do have a battery that you've just been starting the car like crazy and you've run it down, and so if you have run the battery down, if you have the lights on, if you've got some electrical issues or you got a big amplifier and you're really drawing a lot of power, yeah, it's going to run at 90 at that point. It's going to run whatever the battery calls for. That's what the regulator's there for. Table's 60 by 48 to fit a 4x4 sheet. Yeah, I'd go with 425 ounce. Excuse me. I go with the same thing I have on my table. And again, it's a little bit overkill, but it'll be fine. You know exactly what I'm building here for my machine. That's I figured my machine is on the larger, more ridiculous end of a hobby CNC. Anything bigger than that, you know, I don't know if you want to call that a hobby CNC. Anything smaller than say a 2x3 would, I guess, be a toy. But it depends on what again, it depends on what components you have in it. Yeah, the 425 ounce, 400 to 425 ounce stepper motors are fine. Every stepper motor I have that has come out here that I've sold has been a 425 ounce. They've all been 10 millimeters up to now. Now I can't get the 10 millimeter anymore, so they're going to be 8 millimeter shafts. But pretty soon they'll go back to the 10 millimeter shaft. It's whatever's available. And I've got 542, 542s and 542Ys. I got the 542s and the 542Ys. No difference, except who makes them. And I just finished placing a large order for a lot of steppers from AliExpress. I'm going to run them through their paces. I'm going to try them out. If they work out well, then I'll be putting those in. If they don't, I'll be returning them. But I've been I'm basically cutting out the middleman and finding out where my distributors buy their parts from, and then I get them from over there. The problem is you got to buy, you know, 50 at a time, and you got to wait a month or two. But if I can do that and save some money, I'll do that. Well, folks, it's 9:30. It's the bewitching hour, so I'm going to bid everybody a nice evening. You guys all have a wonderful evening, and if you have any more questions, feel free to go to Javi.com or go to the Javi store or the contact us page on top, and I'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. If you're interested in a hobby box, go to the store, buy one. They are. I'm just about done with these in about a week, so the next batch should be. It'll be depending on shipping and depending on whether you want motors or not. If you don't want motors, I could probably get them out to you in 2 to 3 weeks tops. If you want motors, it might be 4 weeks, but we're looking at a lot quicker turnaround now. Have a wonderful evening, and hope to see you all soon. I'll be back on Friday. I might just do some actual soldering then. We'll see. Good night. Have a wonderful evening.